The show everybody grew up to love, The Simpsons, has been running since December 1989 and has aired over 600 episodes. So you would think over 28 years worth of shows, some things in the cartoon would eventually overlap with the real world, right? But how did The Simpsons writers predict such specifics, such as Donald Trump becoming president of the United States? 10 spooky times The Simpsons predicted the future. Tiger attack. In Simpsons episode in 1993, after Springfield decides to legalize gambling, Mr. Burns opens a casino where German magicians Gunter and Ernst perform a routine, seeming to spoof the long-running Las Vegas Siegfried and Roy show. Tragically, a bit in which the animated duo is attacked by their tiger came to fruition 10 years later, in 2003, when Roy Horn was mauled on stage by a white Bengal tiger, leaving him partially paralyzed and ending the long-running production. Rolling Stones. In the 1995 episode Lisa's Wedding, set in the future, her fiancé has a poster in her room claiming that the Rolling Stones will still be on tour in 2010 on the Steel Wheelchair Tour. The iconic rock quartet, of course, are still going on strong, despite 3 members being in their 70s and 1 in the late 60s. Also, the same episode sees characters communicate with each other via cool electronic watches. I wonder where Apple got their idea from. Faulty voter machines. In an episode in season 20, a bit inspired by the 2008 presidential election, Homer tries to vote for Barack Obama only to have a voting machine record his selection as John McCain several times. Coincidentally, when it came time for Obama to run for a second term 4 years later in 2012, video footage emerged of a Pennsylvania machine switching a vote from Obama to one for his Republican opponent, Mitt Romney. The machine was reportedly taken out of commission. Ebola Outbreak. Some people maintain the thought that The Simpsons predicted the 2014 outbreak of Ebola 17 years before it actually happened. In a scene from the episode Lisa's Sacks, Marge suggests a sick Bart read a book called Curious George and the Ebola Virus. The virus wasn't particularly widespread in the 1990s, but years later in 2014, it was the top of the news for months. Ebola was first discovered in 1976, and though this latest outbreak has been the worst yet, it killed 254 people in the Democratic Republic of Congo in 1995 and 224 in Uganda in 2000. The God particle. The existence of the Higgs boson, or God particle, a breakthrough that helps explain how everything in the universe has mass, wasn't confirmed by physicists until 2012. But in 1998, according to Dr. Simon Singh, the author of The Simpsons and Their Mathematical Secrets, after Homer decided to become an inventor in The Wizard of Evergreen Terrace, he was pictured standing in front of a blackboard with an equation that predicted the mass of the yet-to-be-discovered particle. It's amazing, as Homer makes this prediction 14 years before it was discovered. iPhone problems. Have you ever wanted to throw your iPhone across the room because of the most inappropriate autocorrect at just the wrong time? You can thank the Season 6 episode titled Lisa on Ice, which talked about the Apple Newton's autocorrect feature. Though this episode aired in 1994, it's truly one of the best times The Simpsons predicted the present, because according to Apple executives, it was this episode that inspired them to create the iPhone that we all know and love. Imagine that, The Simpsons being the inspiration for the iPhone. NSA spying scandal. When the Simpson family's forced to go into hiding following their escape from the EPA biodome enclosing Springfield, the NSA locates Marge and the kids by listening in on one of their conversations. However, it wasn't until 6 years after the Simpson movie hit theaters that Edward Snowden first blew the whistle on the government mass surveillance of Americans' phones and internet records. It makes you wonder just how much the writers of The Simpsons know about what is going on within the country. Probably a lot. The Nobel Prize. Bengt Holmstrom may not have won the Nobel Prize in economics until 2016, but one Simpsons character in 2010 was betting on him, which of course was 6 years prior. In a scene from the season 22 premiere in which Martin holds up a scorecard depicting his Nobel Prize betting pool with Lisa, Milhouse, and Database, the MIT professor is clearly marked in one of Milhouse's squares. Bart's long-trusted ally, Milhouse, predicted the win 6 years before it actually happened. Well done, Milhouse. President Trump. The Simpsons writers predicted Donald Trump would become president back in 2000. The episode, Bart to the Future, envisions the futures of Bart and Lisa Simpson. The latter, with an uncanny resemblance to Hillary Clinton, has become the first female president of the United States. In this particular episode, Lisa says, "As you know, we've inherited quite a bunch of crunch from President Trump," she says to her advisors. They then inform her that her predecessor has bankrupted the country. Hopefully Trump doesn't do this, though. Lady Gaga show. In an episode of The Simpsons in 2012 titled Lisa Goes Gaga, nearly 5 years before Lady Gaga descended from the roof of Houston's Energy Stadium for the halftime show of the Super Bowl, her Simpsons doppelganger performed a song for the residents of Springfield while suspended in the air. The two mother monsters even wore similar silver ensembles for their shows. This halftime show, of course, happened for real in 2017, almost 5 years to the week that it aired on the all-famous cartoon show. What are the odds? That's it for this video. Please leave us a thumbs up for this video if you enjoyed it. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future videos just like this one. Thanks for watching and have a great day.